YouTube, what is YouTube? Down Home News TV, I am Dre. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful Labor Day. You know what? I was expecting to do a lot of things today. Get some personal things accomplished, like maybe taking a nap. It was too late in the afternoon to do that. But at least I'm here making another video for y'all. That's one of my goals was to make a few videos today. And I made another video, but it's currently downloading my GoPro. But let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Fox News. Protests erupts in California state capitol after pair of reparations bills shelved. Pair of reparation-related bills for the descendants of enslaved Black Americans failed to pass the California legislature on Saturday after backers said the bills would not move forward. Authored by Democrat State Senate Stephen Bradford of Inglewood, Senate Bill 1331 would have created a new state fund for reparations, while Senate Bill 1403 would have established a state agency to oversee these efforts and determine who would be eligible. Man, I want to be eligible? Shoot. These measures were considered key components of some lawmakers' ambitious efforts to pass legislation aimed at atoning for what they said was a legacy of racist policies that drove disparities for Black people, from housing to education to health. While a Democrat-led California legislature did pass a spat of bills aimed at remedying past racial injustices, none of these would have provide direct payments to African Americans. There's a photo of some people protesting, arguing. Assembly member Isaac Bryan. Bradford said the bills didn't move forward out of fear that Gavin Newsom would veto them. Why would he veto them? They just passed a bill to give illegal immigrants $150K on homes. What? What? Yeah, what? What? I just had a flashback of the old Dave Chappelle, old John. Oh, this is ludicrous. Oh, where was I? We're at the finish line, and we, as a Black caucus, owe it to the descendants of chattel slavery, to the Black Californians and Black Americans, to move this legislation forward, Bradford said, urging his colleagues to reconsider Saturday afternoon. California Legislative Black Caucus Chair Assembly Member Lori Wilson said Saturday what the Black Caucus pulled the bills, adding the proposals need more work. We knew from the very beginning that it would be an uphill battle, and we also knew from the very beginning that it would be a multi-year effort. In a statement posted on X, the California Legislative Black Caucus said it was unable to participate in the legislative process collectively and only recently became aware of the concerns with SB 1403. And of course, they're going to spit in your face with the other article. Pelosi praises CA bill giving illegal migrants money to buy homes. American dream available to more people. They just love kicking you in the face when you're down, huh? You just gotta love it. You're gonna like it and you're gonna love it. We're all past the amendment deadline, therefore the decision has been made to continue working on this bill and reintroduce it next session. Regarding the status of Senate Bill 1331, the CLBC will not be moving forward this year. A group of protesters supportive of reparations showed up at the Capitol Saturday for demonstrations. The Coalition for a Just and Equitable California accused CLBC of refusing to bring the bills up for a vote despite having the votes to pass the bill. This type of betrayal cannot go unanswered. There must be a political price to pay. Gone are the days when politicians of any race or party can disrespect black Americans and expect no political consequences. We're not captured. We do not belong to any party or special interests. We are the living embodiment of our ancestors who built this state and this country for over 400 years and who are owed reparations. We're coming, no, we're here to get our checks and more, the group wrote on X. California Republican Assembly member Bill Esili of Corona made a motion to take up the bill for votes, but no other lawmaker would second the motion. On X, Esili accused Democrats of going into hiding and refusing to bring the bills up for a vote when it came time to pass them, despite 4 years promising to pay direct cash reparations to Americans who have been harmed by slavery. Oh, I got a bug in here. Esili, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but Esili, who said he had good faith dialogue with the bill supporters, clarified that he did not support California taxpayers paying for the wrongs of slave states, but believed there should be a debate and a recorded vote on this issue. Politicians cannot be allowed to make promises to the people who elect them and then hide like cowards when it's time to go on record. At minimum, the people were owed a hearing and opportunity to know where their elected representative stands on the issue. The Democrat governor hasn't weighed in on most of the reparation-related bills, but he signed a nearly $300 billion budget in June that included up to $12 million for reparations legislation. However, the budget did not specify what proposals the money would be used for, and his administration has signaled its opposition to some of them. Newsom has until September 30th to decide whether to sign the other bills that passed into law. Reach for comment Saturday. The governor's office pointed to Newsom's comments from earlier this year when he told reporters, "I haven't just read the reparations report. I've devoured it. I've analyzed it. I've stress tested it against things we've done, things we're doing, things that we like to do, but can't do because of constitutional constraints. And I've been working closely with the Black Caucus." They love to throw the Constitution in when they don't want to do something, huh? It seems like it. It seems like it. But did y'all expect anything different? Because I knew I ain't going to say I knew for a fact, but I had a pretty good idea. They're just blowing smoke. Not saying it won't happen in the future, but everybody knows the migrants in California are at a higher tier priority than the citizens there currently, unfortunately. Oh, you gotta love our politicians, huh? Gotta love them. But there's a video. Let's check out this video, see what they're talking about in this thing.
Bill offering down payment assistance to illegal immigrant homebuyers. If Governor Gavin Newsom signs it into law, it will let illegal immigrants access up to 20% of a home's value, or up to $150,000. California Republicans call the measure a handout that betrays U.S. citizens and incentivizes illegal immigration. Let's bring in San Francisco community activist and former Republican mayoral candidate Richie Greenberg. Richie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Let's talk about this bill even more. It's called California's Dream for All Home Loan Program. This has passed a Democrat-controlled legislature in California. Now it's going to be up to Governor Gavin Newsom to decide to sign it. But loans up to $150,000, zero down, zero interest, 1,700 lucky people get to, through a lottery, get to take part in this program. And now Democrats, with this bill, allowing illegal immigrants to also take part in this. What do you make of this bill, given the fact that we are dealing with a housing shortage and crisis nationwide, but especially in California?
Yes, hi. Thanks for having me on this morning. So we have a couple of different ways that we can look at this, but unfortunately, we already have a lot of Californians in need, and the idea that you would have people who are here unlawfully, broken the law by coming across the
Get instant approval to lease up to $5,000 in furniture, appliances, electronics, and more.
border, they've somehow gotten jobs, they've somehow gotten Social Security numbers, and these are the individuals that would be potentially eligible to get this first-time home buying assistance on the dime of taxpayers here in California. Now, this, as we can see, is a result of there being a supermajority of Democrats in our state legislature in Sacramento. And there's really not much way that we can push back against this. That Governor Newsom now has this in his hands. He's got the next 30 days to decide whether he wants to sign it or veto it. And our super majority of Democrats that are in Sacramento, they come up with all sorts of harebrained ideas. And this should be actually very scary, because this sets a precedent. They say that what happens in California, so goes the nation. And we really wouldn't want to push this on any other states, give any other ideas to, say, New York or Florida, any other place like that. This is a very problematic idea. It's very, very troubling. It's scary.
When you look at the median price of a single-family home, let's put this up. It's now $439,000 nationwide. It is nearly $1 million in California. These are record numbers. Americans are struggling here to try to afford a home. And not only can they not afford it, in California, there is a 4 million housing shortage in that state. You got to wonder why they are perhaps not prioritizing trying to fix that first. It's all about the messaging here. And speaking on that, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she spoke with Bill Maher yesterday, and Bill Maher also seemed a bit surprised about the messaging coming from the Democratic Party at a time of need here for Americans. Let's take a listen to a clip of that.
So you'd vote for this law?
Excuse me?
So you'd vote for this law?
Well, I'm not familiar with exactly what it is, but making the American dream of home ownership available to all people is something we have to do for people who are here now.
This is before you're a citizen. This is undocumented. This is for the undocumented.
Well, what I would like to do is move them to documented. The fact that one of the best things that we can do for our economy is to pass comprehensive immigration reform.
Richie, you got real concerns here that this will exacerbate not only the housing crisis, but also the border.
Well, like I said, I doubt it's going to happen for the blacks in California, but you never know. But it's a stretch. I doubt it's going to happen, but I was going to get into what Charleston White said about us as black people and not putting up enough funds when it comes to our actual interests. But that's a different, well, it's not a different story, different topic, but it has to do with the reason why I would say blacks don't have as much pull when it comes to politics. Also that we're among the lowest voting bloc of Americans, but we'll get into that at a different time, different place. Down Hood TV, I'm Dre. Y'all have a good Memorial Day. Labor Day. What? I keep saying Memorial. I don't know. Forgive me. Labor Day.